Hi, I'm Travis. This is Jamie. We're a couple of old timers here at Spring Creek Products.
Here at Spring Creek Products, we've bought you some product lines over the years that just to make things a little bit easier, whether that's in your job or your hobby, i.e. the hinge sleeves, the pipe guide lines, whether that's the saddle series or the total cut pipe guides. Today, we're here to talk to you about the Pipe Panel Pals.
So let's get started. A couple things you'll need to know about the Pipe Panel Pals is they come in 15 different sizes, from 1.25 inches to 4.5 inches, and we have one transition piece that we'll get into later. Also, the Pipe Panel Pals are 8 gauge to 11 gauge, depending on the size. Another thing you'll need to know is the outside diameter of your pipe, such as 2 3/8 or 4.5. This one here is 2 3/8 OD. And then one other item you'll need, or a couple more items you need to know is the fits over. So this will fit over 2 3/8, and then you'll need to know your holds end or your saddle end. This one also saddles 2 3/8 inch pipe. One thing to know about the fits in the saddle is the fits in will only hold the same size pipe or a larger pipe. The only time that is different is in the transition piece, which we'll get to later.
A couple of the other benefits of the many benefits for the Pipe Panel Pal series is the fact that you don't have to have a cutting device or your torch out in the field for your saddle cut, and you get a perfect cut every time. That allows you to make sure that your rails are in there for a tight fit for welds. The second is you have an 1 inch to 1.25 inch tolerance on each one, depending on the diameter of the Pipe Panel Pal that you're using. And that gives you some movement as far as leveling on your top rail or making sure that you have a good fit on the cross members.
So let's get started with the top rail.
Some of the tools you're going to need to make this job a little bit easier or even being able to complete it are magnets, hold things, a good pipe clamp, some kind of leveling system, i.e. string levels, and then something to help you keep everything into place like a pipe jack. Some people get pretty creative with trailer jacks as well, all of which are in our catalog.
So you can see Jamie's using his magnets here to find a good level for the Pipe Panel Pals. This is where that 1.25 inch to 1.25 inch tolerance really comes into play. You'll place your top rail, then complete your welds. As we alluded to before, we had the transition piece. This is the one piece that goes from a larger pipe to a smaller pipe. So this is 2 7/8 to 2 3/8. So you'll put that on top, and then you'll run your top rail with the 2 3/8. Now let's move into the horizontal pieces or cross members. Another spot where the magnets, clamps, levels, and jacks come into play.
You've got your posts in place, or everything is cut for whether that's your fence or your gate. You can come in and place one on and get your cut. That's where all of the tolerance will allow you to make adjustments while you're building. For this one, you come in, you get your jacks so that you can have everything level. Again, you've got some play and tolerances so that you don't have to have a perfect cut in place every time that you do this. Get your welds in, complete your welds. I will say that we would try to keep that tolerance gap facing down so that you do not gather moisture if your weld's not complete. But either way, you can get your level here, make your fit to your Pipe Panel Pal, bring it in, get your welds into place, and you're ready to go.
Okay. Next, we're going to talk about working with larger OD pipe transitioning to smaller OD pipe, i.e. H or corner braces and gates and such.
This, we're going to show you an example of our 4.5 inch OD pipe fitting a 4.5 inch top rail, and you get that same great fit for your saddle to weld to. But the magic of the Pipe Panel Pals is when you transition from a 4.5 inch pipe to 2 3/8 outside diameter pipe, you get that same great fit from one to the other. Make sure everything's in place. You get your jack stands in, get your level, put in your weld. Again, make sure your tolerance gap is facing down just in case you don't get a complete weld so that you don't get any moisture in the rail. Thank you for watching, and a sincere thank you to all our customers and partners that have helped us develop this line in the catalog over the years.
If you guys would like to see any other items, put a suggestion in the comment or reach out to your salesman with any questions. Thanks and have a great day.